All right, with 29 dining options, 22 different bars and lounges, this episode we're going to do a deep dive into every place on the Norwegian Encore that you can eat, drink, and be completely entertained. Get comfortable. This episode is probably going to make you hungry. It's going to want to make you jump on that unlimited drink package today. This is Deck Talk and Beyond. Let's get into it. Hello everybody, welcome to the official countdown of the Rhythm and Soul Festival Cruise 2027. We are in episode 6, week 47. So we are counting down. Before we get started, I want to just make a little PSA here. One, you should have already sent in your first payment for Rhythm and Soul. If you have not sent in your first payment, please get that payment in. I will be going through the list to make sure everybody's payments is in. People who have not sent in their payments, let's just get your payment in. So with that being said, my name is Michael Harrington. I am from Thumbprint Experience. I will be your host this evening on the episode 6, week 47. We are going to get into some food, get into some drinks, get into some lounge spaces. This is probably my favorite episode. If you know me, you know I'm a foodie. I drink. I like to lounge. I like to be lazy sometimes. But all in all, I like to be entertained, have entertainment going on around me. I like to people watch. I like to do a lot of stuff when I'm on cruise ships. So we're going to get into it. First, I want to talk about sit-down complimentary restaurants. All right, so the Manhattan Room. Manhattan Room is going to be your main dining area. It is more elegant, more upscale. Holds a lot more people, bigger groups. So if you have about 8-10 people want to sit down or something, Manhattan's where you want to go. You can get breakfast, lunch, and dinner there. It's going to be on deck 7. And deck 7, I want to say in the back of the ship. So again, Manhattan Room for your more, not say formal, but more elegant, more, bigger groups. Next, Taste and Savor. Taste and Savor are going to be a little more intimate, for smaller groups, couples, or if you want to dine by yourself. Savor is going to, again, sit-down service with the menu server. It is going to be open for breakfast. It's one of my favorite places to go for breakfast is Taste and Savor. They're going to be on deck 6. And again, breakfast, I go there. Sometimes I go there for dinner. But those are 2 other complimentary sit-down areas that you can eat. Another complimentary area that you can go to, the Garden Cafe, which is the buffet up on deck 15. So if you just want to go ahead and grab something real quick, you want to grab a dessert, you want to grab a quick sandwich, you want to grab something, you don't have time to sit down and wait for somebody to come to your table. Deck 15 is where you want to go. Grab they have a plethora of items that you can get, from sandwiches to bread, cheese, seafood, steaks, the whole 9. So deck 15 for the Garden Cafe buffet. Again, it's open breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And as we all know, there's no assigned dining time. So when you go to these dining rooms, you go to the buffet, you're going to just show your key card. They're going to sit you at a table. You'll get a different server, different table every time you go. You can request to sit in a certain area, but again, there's no dining times. It's freestyle dining. The other one place, the Local. This by far gets the most traction from me. I don't know about anybody else, but I spend a lot of time at the Local. The Local is part restaurant, part bar. You can get drinks at the restaurant area, and you can get food on the bar side. The only difference with the local is you can walk up to the bar and sit down, but if you want to sit down at a table, you're going to need your key card so they can check you in. It is not just a walk in and sit where you want to sit. They do need to check you in at the local, but it is 24 hours. They serve all types of pub food, from fish and chips, my favorite, to chicken salad sandwiches, wings, pub sausages with the sauerkraut, sliders, chili, fries, all the pub food that you would get if you were just going like to a local sports bar or something like that, as well as drinks. And I believe the bar stays open till 3 a.m. so you can get drinks. It is a very high traffic area where people come in, they might stop and get a drink, pass by just to chill. Also, you're going to have the American Diner. It's also complimentary. Now, American Diner is exactly what it sounds. It's American food in a diner style. It is set up sort of like a 50s, 60s diner. We've got the cars and the car booths. You get your burgers, you get your fries, you get your shakes and stuff like that. So it is exactly what it sounds. But it is, again, another sit-down area. The American Diner is going to be on deck 17. It is sort of out. It's not I wouldn't say it's an outdoor dining, but covered. So that is the sit-down complimentary restaurants. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to move right along talking about the specialty restaurants. Specialty restaurants are going to be items that are not included in your package, although you do get 2 specialty restaurants included with your package, so that you can go ahead and have dinner in one of the specialty restaurants of your choice. You just have to make reservations, and you can do that either prior to getting on the ship for some restaurants, and then once you get on the ships for other restaurants. So let's get into it. The first one we're going to do is Cagney Steakhouse. Premium Black Angus beef, classic cocktails, extensive wine list. This is the main specialty restaurant. This is what the standard, I guess, of Norwegian. Next one is going to be Onda by Scarpetta, which is a modern Italian restaurant. Claimed Italian cuisine at sea. Next is Palomar. Palomar is Mediterranean seafood. So Mediterranean seafood is Norwegian's first ever Mediterranean restaurant. It gives you land and sea dishes at Palomar. Now, one of my favorites is going to be the Food Republic. It is an Asian Latin fusion, tapas style, small plates, perfect for sharing. You can eat inside, you can eat on the waterfront, and we'll get into the waterfront later on. But Food Republic is a perfect place to go if you want, if you and your friends, you guys can share, you can share sushi, you can share tacos, you can share all types of stuff. The next one is Le Bistro, which is a French fine dining. It's going to have classic escargot. It's going to be house-made and plated to perfection. Absolutely another amazing restaurant. A second favorite of mine, and if you love barbecue, if you love cornbread, you love mac and cheese, you go to the Q Texas Smokehouse. Is barbecue and live music. Oak smoked ribs, brisket and chicken. The jalapeno cornbread is amazing. They have some good banana pudding. Not as good as my brother's banana pudding. Shameless plug here. If you haven't had good pudding, go to allthispuddingllc.com. But let's get back to this. So next one is teppanyaki. Teppanyaki is a Japanese hibachi. You've all seen, you've been to a hibachi, you've been to Benihana's and things of that nature. Chef performed hibachi grill shows, shrimp, steak, chicken, fried rice. You know what hibachi gives you. And then dolce gelato. It is slow churned Italian ice cream. Not ice cream, slow churned Italian gelato. Many different flavors. You can get your gelato and you can have it on the waterfront. You can take it around the ship with you. Next one we're going to do is the Bake Shop. Now the Bake Shop is going to give you macarons, it's going to give you chocolates, it's going to give you gourmet cupcakes, it's going to give you these giant slices of cake. Absolutely amazing. Please stop by the Bake Shop if you got to stop by the Bake Shop. But those are going to be the specialty restaurants. Again, they do come with a charge. If you are having dinner, you do get 2 included with your package. All right, so I want to touch real quick on the waterfront, Norwegian's Ocean Boulevard waterfront. Now, this location is a great location to chill, get some food, get some drinks, and I'll tell you how. On the waterfront, there are going to be restaurants and there's going to be bars that are connected inside and outside, such as Onda by Scarpetta, Cagney Steakhouse, Cavern Club, Dolce Gelato, the Sugar King Mojito Bar. All those different places will allow you to eat inside or outside, drink inside or outside. And they are sort of an extension to being connected with the ocean, with the sea. And that boulevard is a 1/4 mile long. It wraps along the starboard side of the ship. And again, it's lined with bars, it's lined with restaurants, and all types of just chill and hangout spots. Now, before I get into talking about the bars, the lounges, where we're going to get our drinks, just know that if you are booked with the Rhythm and Soul Festival Cruise 2027, you do have an unlimited drink package that comes along with that to enjoy all of these bars, restaurants, and drinks that we are about to indulge in for these 7 days. All right, so let's get into it. Now, this is going to be the bars and lounge portion. So when I talk about the bars, I'm also going to be talking about the lounges, because sometimes they become one and the same. You go to the bar, you're at the lounge. You go to a lounge, you're drinking at the bar. So let's get into it. First, we're going to say the waterfront. The waterfront is like the main event outside of the main event. This is where people will use the waterfront to get from one bar to the next bar, so you don't have to weave through the traffic. You don't have to, walk around this chair or whatnot. You just walk straight out to the waterfront, and you can walk down the side of the ship to the next bar or to the next event. The next bar we're going to talk about, the Atrium Bar. Now, this is the main hub of the bar. This is where, it's a 3-deck center of the ship. There's all the, the buzzing with the energy. It's got the live entertainment happening. It's got all those things going on. And it's sort of like the central point of where people enter in and out the ship, where people come, it's down there by the guest services and stuff like that. So the Atrium Bar is going to be a high traffic bar right in the middle area. Typically that Atrium Bar is a main focal point for entertainment. The next bar that I'm going to talk about, the Sugar Cane Mojito Bar. This is my favorite bar. Literally, if you love mojitos, this is the bar you want to sit at. And the fact that they have an inside and an outside just makes everything that much better. Raspberry mojitos, literally like 20 different flavors of mojitos. So I spend a lot of time at this bar. I love this bar. Anytime I can get on a Norwegian ship and get to the Sugar Cane, absolutely amazing bar. Now, this next one is a lounge spot, but it has a bar in it. It's the Observation Lounge Bar. So it's going to have a big circular bar not necessarily in the middle of the Observation Lounge, but off to the side. But it has tons of recliners, tons of chairs, real chill spots. Sometimes you can even get some light, food there. But absolutely amazing place. 180-degree view of, out the back of the ship with floor-to-ceiling windows. Another great hangout spot is the Observation Bar. Now, as we move a little further up, a little outside to the back part of the ship, you're going to get Spice H2O. Now, Spice H2O on the Encore has been redesigned. You have more layouts, more jacuzzi area. It's got an infinity pool. It's got a bigger bar. So if you were actually on Rhythm and Soul 2025, we had a party on the Spice H2O, and they had, I think, a 10-seat bar. Well, they have doubled that. This bar is a lot bigger. They've got, lounge beds. They've got the infinity pool. It really looks like an absolute amazing place to chill and have a good drink. So that is going to be the Spice H2O. And again, it's upstairs, it's outside. Now, for my beer lovers, if you love beer, if you are a beer connoisseur, you have to go to to the District Brew House. Tons of beer, layouts, they got TVs to watch sports, floor to ceiling windows. Again, a great place. It's actually right next to the Food Republic. So, get 2 and 2. But if you love beer, District Brew House is the place you want to go. More than 50 bottled beers, 22 craft beers. Sometimes they have live music. They got a fun photo booth set up in there. Really a good vibe if you love beer, or if you just want to hang out in some comfy chairs, watch some TV. District Brew House is definitely where you want to be. All right, we are going to finish out this episode with the entertainment. Now, we already know you're going to get a bunch of entertainment. You're going to get a bunch of theater shows. You're going to get comedy shows. But I want to just let you know, there's a few shows. Again, I don't know if these shows are going to be on the Encore, but these are the shows that they typically have. So, different shows, they move different things around. By the time it gets to February 2027, who knows what shows are going to be on, but just to give you an idea. So some of the theater shows that you might want to see is The Choir of Man. Choir of Man is one of my most favorite shows that I watch, between that one and Jersey Boys. But Choir of Man is a show just about a group of guys at a bar talking about life, talking about different things that have happened, different things that have happened to them, and they do it all while having a drink. Towards the show, sometimes they do invite people on stage. You can come get a Guinness up on stage with them, but really great show, lots of entertainment, a lot of interaction, great storyline. Another show that I like, and this is probably, I had the most fun at this show, was the House of Prohibition. This is an adult-only experience, and I will tell you, unbelievable music, dancing, choreography, and they serve 5 drinks. So you get a drink when you walk into the show. I think they gave me a Moscow Mule when I walked into the show. Then every 15 minutes, they bring you another drink because the whole show is about drinking, the prohibition. Again, great storyline, great show. If they have that show on the Encore, you have to go see this show. And that's called The Prohibition, Happy Hour Prohibition, excuse me. The other one, Social Comedy and Nightclub. So at this location, it comes as 2 parts. It's the comedy club area as well as the nightclub. They also do a silent disco in this location. So one night out of the week, we'll have a silent disco party. Really cool how they do it. They divide the room up into 4 different sections. And as you walk around the room, your headphones switch automatically. So, it might be 80s on one, top 40 on the other, hip hop on one, rock and roll one. But again, as you walk through the room, so it encourages you to get around the dance floor, because as you move, you'll hear different songs and you'll start to see people, everybody be all in one section, be like, what they listening to? Next thing you know, you running over there and see why everybody in that section. So it's really cool. Again, it's a silent disco at the social comedy and nightclub. The Galaxy VR Pavilion, an amazing place to be. One giant virtual reality arcade. They do have some regular arcade games in there, but I'm talking about build your own roller coaster games, walk the plank games. Just an amazing virtual reality spot. They have a little soccer thing with the goalie where it's a mechanical goalie. So amazing place to go is the VR Pavilion. There's so many other things go. Again, Norwegian does their white heat party, where everybody wears all white, or they have the glow sticks or something. So there's going to be lots of entertainment. There's going to be comedians on the ship. So I urge you, in your downtime from when you're not doing stuff with Rhythm and Soul, because we're going to have all our theme parties, we're going to have our private events. You're going to get all this other stuff extra with Norwegian. And during the sea days and stuff, we'll have time. But in your downtime, I urge you to go experience these entertainment venues, these shows, these musicals, these comedy shows, and enjoy your cruise to the fullest. That's going to end it for us here with episode 6. And I want to thank everybody for joining us. Again, just another reminder, please get your payments in. If you are not registered and you have not put in your deposit, just know as of today, deposits do increase. They are now going to be $250 per person, just so we can stay on track with our final payment date. I hope to see everybody on board. Looking forward to seeing the people that came last year, as well as some old faces that might have missed last year, but they're coming back. So I'll see you guys next week, again, Thursday, 8 o'clock. Peace.